Hey, Brett here. Day 5. Hammering the hips. We're going to do here. We're going to get here. We're going to get all over the place. So, uh, last day, going to start on the ground in a tabletop. This is called blaster, asymmetrical, right side, left side. I'll go ahead and get into it. What I'm going to do is, first, when my arms are straight up and down, and I've got them locked out, then I'm going to take my right foot. I'm going to swing it out and up to my right hand. Now, this is fine. You can go even further forward. If you want for stability, rotate your foot out 45 degrees. If this leg falls out, great, doesn't matter because this is about how it feels, not how it looks. Now, I can tell you that if I don't do the following, it's probably going to hurt. You're going to put a lot of pressure on your kneecap, right? Now, pressure is fine. Pain is not fine. So if you can say the pain is here, pull back. If the pain is sort of like here, use padding, you'll get used to it. It does get better. All right, so back to a tabletop. I've got padding for my knee now. I'm going to swing my foot out 45 degrees and up to the hand. And then I'm going to slide my back leg. And so now notice what I've got is I've got a pretty amazing stretch going on right here. It's a deep lunge. My right leg, since I'm reducing the size, this is flexion. I'm flexing. I've got flexion on my right side. I'm making this joint bigger, so that is extension. So I've got my hip flexors being extended on the left side, and I've got my hamstrings on the right side. And since my knee is bent, it actually tends to target more of the muscle body. So this is a really big, really great pose. Play around with it. I don't remember if I set a timer. Hmm. Alexa, 5-minute timer. I did not. Okay, great. So if you can't hold yourself, you know what? Use a bench, use a pillow. In fact, maybe you do something like this. Great. The thing is, if you're feeling a stretch here and or a stretch back here, do whatever you need to do to support yourself so that you can relax into this because principle one, wet noodle, muscles that are relaxed stretch and release. It is possible to get flexibility when you're straining and such, but it's not very easy. This, you can feel it happen. I'm going to breathe to relax. So I get myself into a slightly discomfortable position, got a little bit of tension, and then I breathe to tell my autonomic system it's okay. And especially here, I'm working on the hips. The body considers these fine from a reproductive standpoint. And so it's going to often be tighter because the body wants you to stay closed and protected. So you're telling your system through breathing, it's okay, I got this. Hello, kitty. Inhale to a count of 4 and exhale to a count of 8. And I have a little cheat here. This thing is giving me vagus nerve stimulation. Vagus nerve stimulation, we'll talk about that another time. And then passive resistance or tension, passive tension over time. It is tension. And then the time is 2 minutes to 5 minutes. 2 minutes because that's about what it takes to get your nervous system turned down and really get into it and have lasting effect. If you do less than 2 minutes, work your way up to 2 minutes, you'll start to notice sort of more lasting effect. 5 minutes, beyond 5 minutes, there are certain poses. Actually, this might be one of them just because you're working in the hips and there's so many big muscles and ligaments and tendons going on in here that more time might be okay. But really, after 5 minutes, law of diminishing returns. Switch it up, try something else. Now, for me, I always, almost, oh, well, no, I shouldn't say always. I tend to go more than 5 minutes when I'm working on either front splits or side splits. Here, get my arm here. There we go. Now, in blaster here, if I just sort of let my left side fall down, we call that collapse blaster. And it's just a different stretch. Though if I do that, I'll lose most of the stretch in my hip flexor on the left side. Can it come up a little bit? Now, something about this, you might think, well, if I'm forward like this, it's a bigger deal. In fact, this is a lot of times a deeper pose because by pushing my weight, my torso backwards, the weight's now more over my hips, and now I'm getting a much bigger stretch like this. So this is actually a nice, oh, that's a big stretch right there. So I'm going to stay right there. That is a really nice big stretch, both on my hip flexor and on my hamstrings. Man, this is a huge stretch right now. Alexa, stop. Okay, now to come out of this, I'm going to push back into my back leg. With all of these poses, especially as you get a bit above 3 minutes, the muscles you've just stretched don't work. I mean, I could try to do it, but I'm going to just more use my core muscle to push myself back here. Once the leg gets back into sort of a opposite position, it's fine. But wow, there we go. Okay, so now in just a moment, I'm going to do the other side, but first, the dryer. Okay, back round two. So left side, I've got the padding for my knee on the right side here. I'm going to put that right there. Tabletop. Take my rough left leg, bring it up to my left hand. Even a little forward is fine. Rotate externally, laterally, 45 degrees or so. This leg can fall out or not, doesn't matter. And then I'm going to slide my back leg, my right leg, and point my toes. So I've got some pointer or plantar flexion in my toes, and I've got a big stretch going on right through here. Alexa, 5 minute timer. What happens if one side is tighter than the other? This is one of the advantages of these so-called asymmetrical poses. So there's a left side and a right side. Let's say your left side is tighter. Do it for a minute longer. Over time, you'll get balance. Balance is important because the more balance you have left, right, front, back, top, bottom, the less you're going to fall. As you get older, the less you fall. That becomes pretty important. One of the other practices I do is Tai Chi, and uh, uh, research suggests that if you fall, you don't injure yourself as much. Also, I can absolutely guarantee you that Tai Chi's helped my balance. So both if I don't injure myself from falling and also having better balance, I'm less likely to fall. And then if you continue doing this deep flexibility stuff, you're keeping your body pliable. For anyone who's watching, which is nobody, I'm using just two knuckles, just these two knuckles to hold myself. The other knuckles do not have any bone support beyond the wrist, and so that would be very bad to do. All right. was targeting now, was targeting right out here, outside. Left. Now I'm going to bring my torso back up for the last, I don't know how long. Oh, yeah. Oh, yikes. And get that to stop moving. There we go. Oh, that is big. Yikes. Alexa, stop. Oh, oh, that was big at the end there. Whoa. Okay. And that is Blaster. I love Blaster. It's a great go-to. And I didn't do it, but if you were observing at the end there, if I had just slid my heel out, I'm borderline doing front splits. So if you are interested in splits, Blaster is a great way to start working on it. All right. See you next time for Pigeon.